After modding my gaming headset to turn on and off automatically, the only thing left that I was expected to do is plug them in to charge like a cave person. With that being said, I'm going to show you how I modify these to charge as soon as you hang them up. This project is definitely possible without a 3D printer, but since I just bought one and I'm still trying to get better at it, I decided to use it for this. And what I have here are just three shapes. This middle shape right here will hold the wireless charger. It'll just drop into this bowl right here. This is a cutout for the micro USB port. And once the wireless charger is in place, go ahead and flip it. This part right here will be super glued on top. Probably could have printed this as one whole piece, but I designed it in steps just to make sure I wasn't messing stuff up and wasting filament. So this will be super glued on top of this, and I found that super glue adheres to PLA a lot stronger than I thought it would, so I have no worries there. This part is just a part that will allow me to mount the whole assembly to my workbench. This comes out a bit longer than it should, just to allow for a micro USB cable to fit behind the puck. And this part over here is the headband holder. So this will hold the headset underneath the puck just like this and allow for the wireless charger and wireless charge receiver on the headset to align and thus charge wirelessly. So let's go ahead and 3D print these parts and see if they work. Let's assemble the 3D printed parts by first epoxying the wireless charger into the holder. The remaining pieces can be superglued into place. We have the headset holder and the mount for the charger. Now it's time to get weird and place the wireless receiver on top of the headset. I'll use some strong epoxy to hold it in place. The output of the wireless receiver has to tap into the charge input of the headset. I found a test pad on the circuit board for the positive connection, and I'll follow the ground signal to this inductor to solder the ground wire to. So it looks atrocious right now, which is no surprise. I have the coil up top that's covered in epoxy. There's the little module covered in epoxy. We have wires running from the output of that module underneath the headband going into the cup, into the charge port. I'm going to try to 3D print a black cover for this. I'm not entirely sure how that'll turn out. It'll probably take a few attempts, so I'm not going to cover that now. But I want to eventually 3D print something that'll cover this to kind of clean it up a bit and give it a more uniform look. So let's go ahead and plug in our puck and see if it works. It's now plugged in, so now hypothetically this will be mounted. I'll end up mounting this probably to the side of my table with some screws. And the idea is to just set my headset just like that when I'm done using it, and the wireless transmitter will transmit to the wireless receiver and charge the headphones wirelessly. So I'm going to turn off my overhead light just so you can see the charge status LED right there. It's red, that means it's charging, and it's just hanging here charging. So the idea works. It's kind of cool. It looks a little gross right now, but hopefully that 3D printed piece will cover this up. So let's go ahead and mount this to my workbench and just give it a permanent home. Now when I'm done gaming, all I have to do is hang them up on this holder right here, this puck holder, and then they'll start charging wirelessly automatically. So now I don't have to turn them on or off, and I don't have to remember to plug them in. So they are the perfect headset until the battery dies and I have to replace that puny thing. But my full laziness has been achieved. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. I did end up printing a cover for this. It turned out a lot better than I thought it would, and it hides the mess pretty well. And I also replaced the wires with a flexible wire assembly that I found and ran them on the outside of the headband to avoid interference. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.